Physical media man, physical media man, physical media man. What'd you buy? Was it something good?
What's up, guys? Physical Media Man back here again for another Physical Media Man Monday video. I have some movie reviews. I haven't done these in a while. I have the month of April and the month of May. It's currently June. Was going to do April a while ago, but I wanted to watch another part of something that I watched and finally got that accomplished. But before I get started, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, leave feedback, do all that good stuff down below. I'll leave the links to my Instagram page, my Physical Media Man Store Instagram page, my Facebook page for the Physical Media Man / Physical Media Man Store, my Facebook page for non-media related items, Hodgepodge Garage, my email, my eBay, my X or Twitter, and my email. I think I have my website. Yeah, so anyways, like I said, I did not get an April one done, and I'm including it with May because we only watched 2 movies all of April. I'm sure we watched a show, but yeah, only got 2 movies in, and one of them, like I said, I wanted to watch a documentary that was part of the special features of this title. So yeah, so first up we watched Waterworld, the new Arrow Video 4K Blu-ray set that I was real excited to get. I think I just had the DVD, or I take that back. I think I did buy the Blu-ray and then I sold the Blu-ray. I think that's correct. I think I bought the Blu-ray, the Arrow Blu-ray, hadn't opened it yet. This came out, ended up upgrading because I don't even think I had the slipcover on the Blu-ray itself. So went ahead and blind buy upgraded, but ended up being happy I did. I think I had heard good things about the documentary before watching this, but this is basically Mad Max on water, a lot of people would say. Post-apocalyptic universe. This is if there was basically only water, no dry land anywhere, and Kevin Costner is the star. Yeah, there's 3. So this release is awesome. There's 3 cuts of this: 135 minutes, 176 minutes, and 178. I wouldn't mind going back through and re-watching this and watching the Ulysses cut. So that's part of the Blu-ray. This is on disc 3. So there was a TV cut, which is disc 2, which is a Blu-ray, and which is weird. The TV cut is longer than the theatrical. It has 40 minutes. It's 40 minutes longer than the theatrical cut. And then someone, I think, did this, and then they were able to, or they just did it. Arrow did it themselves. I don't know, but the Ulysses cut combines the theatrical and the TV cut, which was censored. So they took the added 40 minutes and put it into the theatrical cut. So I wouldn't mind going back through and watching that because I think I remember right when I was reading about the trivia, there were some pretty big changes and things that a lot of people liked the Ulysses cut better and thought it made it a better film. I like the theatrical, giving it 3 stars. It's a shame what happened to this movie. There was some media, I think most of the media acted like a couple of the stuntmen had died during filming before this filming had wrapped. And there was a lot of things that had come out that really hurt the film that weren't true. Ended up making money, but a lot of people considered it a bust, even though it wasn't. And just a really weird backstory with it. Like I said, the documentary is really good on this. Let's see if I can find what the name of it was. It was like 1 hour and 40 minutes, the documentary. Here we go. Maelstrom, the Odyssey of Waterworld. and it includes the director, which is the writer. It includes him, Peter Rader, as well as the director, Kevin Reynolds, and producers on it. Quite a few people are on it. Really well done, like I said. Definitely worth checking out if you have not yet seen this. I'm a fan of Kevin Costner, and I enjoyed this movie, so giving it 3 stars. Next up on Netflix, we watched Anyone But You, starring, drawing a blank on his name. Just watched another movie with him in it, which is not going to be on these reviews. I watched it the other night. Glenn Powell. Not Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell's the Indiana guy. Drew Powell, from Top Gun Maverick and a few other things. He's the star of this Anyone But You. He goes on runs into someone and helps them out in a coffee store, and they end up going on a date. They kind of both think it goes really well, and then there's some miscommunication. He says something that she overhears, but he doesn't really mean it, and so they end up so they never talk to each other again after that, but then find out that they have common friends, and I can't remember if they go on a double date or they just show up and they already know each other and don't like each other, but they end up, their 2 friends are getting married or something along those lines, or their friends' siblings are getting married, so they all go to Hawaii or somewhere for this wedding. So they're on the same flight together, and they hate each other, but it's a rom-com. It was pretty predictable, but good fun. Giving it 2 stars. Worth watching if you like that type of genre. So that was all we watched for April. And then start off May, watched Dumb Money, which is the GameStop meme stock story based on the true story. Stars Paul Dano, Seth Rogen. Paul Dano plays the main character. There's some other familiar faces. Nick Offerman's in it. But yeah, it follows the true story. Somewhat similar to The Big Short, because it's related to the stock market and a true story. But more comedy than those. I thought Paul Dano was really good in it. I had a lot of fun with this one. A few weeks after we watched it, Roaring Kitty, which is the YouTube channel and Instagram and all the sites that the main character goes by, came back. He hadn't posted or done anything in like 4 years, and a few weeks after watching it, he came back, and I ended up buying some of the GameStop stock, and it's of course been very volatile, but at one point I was making some money. Now it's about where I bought it at, but it should be interesting to see what happens. It's been all over the news recently, and he's been making a lot of posts. He did his first live stream in a long time. So really interesting story, really good movie, giving it 3.5 stars. Definitely recommend that one if you haven't seen it. I don't yet have it in the collection, but definitely plan on picking that one up. Next up, had heard good things of this one. Bought it during the last Kino sale. We got Nobody's Fool, the 4K, starring Paul Newman, directed by and written for the screen by Robert Benton. Also stars Jessica Tandy, who's pretty good in it, as well as Melanie Griffith. Follows a father who didn't have a good relationship with his son, and his son is having problems. He comes back. It goes through some multiple times this season, and definitely a good movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. So yeah, I'll just read because I'm not as good at reviewing as some people, but it follows Sully, so that's what Paul Newman's character is. He's an out-of-work, hard-headed, and hard-working construction worker with bad knees and a worse attitude. When the son he walked out, Dylan Wash, played by Dylan Wash, I think, shows up with his grandson, so he's forced to deal with his emotions he'd prefer to forget. He's an overbearing landlord. Jessica Tandy in one of her last performances. And his ex-boss's wife, Melanie Griffith, she's good in it as well. Are the women in his life that get to see a bit of a softer side. So yeah, and has Bruce Willis in it. He's pretty good in it. Great character. Enjoyed this one, giving it 3 stars. It did kind of hurt us, I think, because I think we started it late, or our girls got up and fussed, and we didn't get to finish it in one sitting. So we were about halfway through. We're liking it quite a bit. Philip Seymour Hoffman has a great couple scenes in this, by the way. But yeah, I think that kind of hurt it because started it back up, and it needs to be watched in one sitting, I think. So, but I'm still going to give it 3 stars. I think I liked it more than my wife. Next up, watched Clerk, the documentary about Kevin Smith. Thought this was really interesting. Some things I didn't know. I think I'm a fairly decent Kevin Smith fan, so but yeah, there were some things I didn't know. Maybe a bigger fan would know beforehand. Follows his whole career up to pretty current. Definitely an enjoyable watch. He's on it, of course. Jason Mewes is on it. His daughter's on it. There's quite a few people that they interview. And yeah, I think this one's really well done. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I know when I bought this, it only had a DVD, which is kind of ironic, but I don't know if it got a Blu-ray or not. I kind of think it just still has the DVD, but I definitely plan on hanging on to that one, giving it 3 stars as well. Next up, I watched another documentary, watched Bray Wyatt Becoming Immortal. This was on Peacock, an original documentary there. Wish it would get a physical because I thought it was really good. Didn't know too much about Bray Wyatt. I had watched some of his, I wasn't regularly watching WWE at the time, but did see some of the pay-per-views he participated in and saw some of his clips. Always thought he was great on the mic and enjoyed his stuff. It's pretty sad story. I did tear up a little bit at the end of it. They interview everybody, and all these people had so much good things to say about him, and he passed away. I fairly recently for making this documentary, but giving that one 3 stars as well. Very well done. Next up, watched Thunderheart, starring Val Kilmer. Can't remember that other, Sam Shepard, I think, is the other lead, and Val Kilmer plays, he's 1/4 or 1/8 Native American, but he's in the CIA or FBI, and there's some things going on in Native American land that they send him to try to figure things out or help, and it was a very good movie. Definitely recommend that one too. Got that one at the library. It was getting a new release, which I meant to check and see what the price is now. I know when it came out it was $30 and it was just a Sony release. So I'll probably wait and hopefully get it for 20 or less, but I thought it was really good, giving it 3 stars. So yeah, he doesn't really want to, doesn't want to think of himself as Native American or like the other people, I guess, because of his childhood, but the film and being there, it kind of makes him realize who he really is, and I thought it was really well done and very good movie. So yeah, 3 stars on that one. Next up on Amazon Prime, we watched the remake or redoing of Roadhouse, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, who I'm a fan of. Also has Post Malone has a little part. Conor McGregor has a pretty big part. Can't think of who else. I think the main person from or not the main person, but the owner of the bar is one of the main people on Shrinking on Apple Plus, which we enjoyed that show. I thought she was pretty good in both roles. But Jake Gyllenhaal plays he's named Dalton something. Similar character to the Patrick Swayze character. Had fun with the movie, didn't think it was near as good. I would definitely go back and watch the original before I would go back and watch this one ever again, but it was fun to watch. I think people have kind of been back and forth on McGregor's performance, and I thought he was pretty good. I think it would have been better if they would have just made him Conor McGregor maybe. He's definitely over the top, but for what that role needed, I guess I thought he did a fine job, and I had fun with it, like I said, but I'm just going to give it a 2.5. Next up, we watched another remake. We watched the remake of Footloose. This came out in 2011. I thought the best parts of this were Miles Teller playing the character he played from the original. I thought he was pretty good. Not near as good as the first. Just going to give it a 1.5. I thought some of the acting wasn't very good, but it was still a decent watch. I probably should get rid of this, but I might keep it for a little bit. Didn't pay hardly anything for it, so we got Footloose, the remake. And then lastly, another one that got stopped because we didn't quite finish it, but I did want to talk about it a little bit. This is the Viavision Blu-ray release, The Three Ninjas. Thought it looked pretty good. We got probably 30 minutes or so in. It was still holding up pretty well, still having a lot of fun watching this one that I watched so many times growing up. So gonna give it 3 stars as well. So yeah, that's everything we watched for April and May. Have watched 3 or 4 movies as I film this. It's July 14th, so hopefully get in a few more. But yeah, like I said, hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't yet done so, please make sure to subscribe. This is Physical Media Man signing off. Physical Media will never die. Physical Media Man. Physical Media Man. Physical Media Man. Yeah!